Milk in a Green Light. The formula is by Signorina Germana Colombo. Put a few teaspoons of honey, lots of black grapes, and several red radishes into a large bowl of cold milk. Eat with a green disluce, illuminating the bowl. That's a green light, changing the milk to green. Contemporaneously, drink a polibibita, that's a cocktail, made of mineral water, beer, and blackberry juice. Oh, that sounds so nasty. My favorite current futurist projects. A woman, I don't even know her name, artist, made this incredible model of San Francisco out of Jell-O.
Oh my God.
And it's all gelatin, and then it lasted for 3 days. This is the perfect futurist food because it's a sculpture, it's art, it involves all these different colors, it's unexpected, and it has a certain playfulness with food.
And it's San Francisco.
Yes, in San Francisco, which is a futurist city. So I'm going to show you different foods, and you can guess whether they're futurist or not. Here's the first one. This is a dish from Molecular Gastronomy. It has surprising textures and colors together. This is definitely futurist.
Is that pork and skinned
Pork
pears
and cranberries, and I think those are tomatoes or watermelon
some
scoops
heap
and
of
pears
currants
and
or something.
some kind of kiwi mousse or something. I don't know. Some crazy thing. And then this, okay, traditional, very comforting noodle soup, udon noodle soup. All right, obviously not futurist. If something's traditional, not futurist. If you know what it is, not futurist.
Oh, that's a good clue. If you know what it is, it's not part of your present experience.
Although Cheetos, you know what they are. I would argue for these being futurist food because they have no content. And that's sort of part of the futurism.
It's not about food.
They're
it's
not
about
really
experience.
associated with anything. Yes, they're just pure experience on their own. And as you know, you should not make your diet up of Cheetos.
The Red Hot Cheetos?
No,
yeah. Well, I don't think I've ever had them even. Whoa.
Ossobuco, delicious Italian traditional dish.
Not futurist.
Not futurist.
Whoa.
Sour gummy worms.
Definitely
Incredibly
not in my
futurist.
future, but they are futurist.
Yes. So you can see modern food is filled with futurist food. Now, does this mean I'm advocating people go around and eat sour gummy worms for breakfast? No. What I'm saying is that if you allow these concepts into your life, if you allow yourself to think of food this way, like what are the colors, what are the textures, what flavors am I playing with, how does it look, what can I do that's different than has been done before, or what if I turned a pot roast into a dessert? I have no idea what that would be like, but those are the questions you ask yourself when you're creating something and cooking and when you're making a new dish. Now, as with all revolutions, the futurism is dangerous because we like udon noodle soup and ossobuco for a reason. We know what they are, they're comforting, and they taste the same all the time, and we know what they expect. Can human beings wander around every minute of the day being completely surprised and off-center? No. Clearly that wouldn't work. We would all be neurotic and crazy. So the point is not that your whole life would be infused with futurism at every moment. The point is allow some futurism in so that you can play with it and give yourself freedom in what you do.
To be a little wacky.
Give yourself space.
To play with the unexpected.
Yeah. I've taken the Futurist Manifesto and sort of reduced it down into these essential components.
A manifesto reduction sauce.
Yes, manifesto reduction. And I could put this on Facebook, but I have your own, create your own Futurist Manifesto. So I have a template that you can make your own manifesto.
Awesome.
Your cooking manifesto.
We'll link to you.
So, first of all, food is art.
That's sure.
Huge there because a lot of people don't think of food as art, but it can be art. And a primary tenet in the whole thing is the abolition of pasta.
What?
Yeah. Huh. Unfortunately.
How can we lose pasta?
Think of all those really horrible movies about Italians yelling and screaming, eating giant bowls of pasta in The Godfather, and perhaps a little overweight. That's the image that people get of pasta. And the futurists were for lightness and movement and against heaviness. So that's why they thought pasta out the door.
Oh my goodness.
Plus, it was a really good way to get people to come and listen to them, and also a good thing to put in newspapers.
It's outrageous.
Yes, outrageous. Yep. So they're totally behind new foods and new food technology. All the craziness in American diet, I think futurists now would be Americans. Sculpted meat, so they have a lot of things that had had form and shape to them. If you're not into meat, what about tofurkey? Okay, I personally, that is a futurist dish. The abolition of knife and fork. You should eat with your hands so you can directly taste and smell and touch your food.
Part of the sensuality, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You use perfumes and odors as different parts of the courses. So in between courses, you can have a course where you don't eat. You can have a course where you just smell something or you just hear music in the background. That's, if you want to read it, it's in the futurist banquets. Some courses will be edible and some won't. That's part of what I just was talking about. Oh, there should be no speech making. Politicians are banned.
Speechifying.
No speechifying, no boring speeches, no people falling asleep. Instead, there should be lots of yelling and screaming and people falling down and, craziness. There should be small tastes of things that mix unusual combinations, like olives and pineapples, things that are surprising, anchovies and ricotta cheese. And they use scientific instruments in the kitchen. That's why they call the recipes formulas. They don't call them recipes.
Oh, formulas.
Mm-hmm. Because they're all pro-science. And then the last thing is the futurist is an Italian movement, at least the Italian futurists
Oh, is this a bit of a nationalism in there?
Yes, they were definitely promoting Italy as a country, and they tried to use Italian ingredients. But they also plenty of times abandoned that because they used things like pineapple and mango. And so the primacy was on the census, even though they talked a lot about using Italian ingredients. I'm Gigia Kolouch. I'm a cook and a mother and an anthropologist and a person who loves food.